Welcome to the deep dive where we take those really tempting, sometimes unbelievable promises you see online and smash them right up against the cold, hard wall of algorithmic reality. I mean, if you spend any time on social media, you have seen this lure. I made 15,000 euro in 3 months working 2 hours a week from a beach. It's, the ultimate fantasy. But what actually happens when someone tries to treat that aggressive timeline as a real business plan? We're diving into the experience of a growth specialist who tried to go from zero to hero, trying to pull in a sustained 700 euro every single week, starting with 0 followers in just 90 days. We got our hands on the raw notes and some interview excerpts from the specialist who chose to remain anonymous. They tracked this whole intense experiment, focusing on crypto and fintech affiliate marketing. So the tension is perfect. Did they hit this almost impossible goal? And more importantly for you, what did they learn about the platform's defense systems against these quick money schemes? Okay, let's unpack this.
This is such an essential case study because this challenge, it isn't unique to just one platform. It really highlights this fundamental battle that defines so much of what happens online. On one side, you've got the platform algorithms. They're designed for one thing, quality engagement, keep users there. On the other side, you've got users trying to, well, scale monetization as fast as they can, and that collision between what the platform wants and what the user wants, that dictates everything. Our goal today is to give you the critical knowledge to approach any of these rapid monetization schemes with, a very healthy dose of reality.
So let's start right there with the setup. The target was incredibly aggressive. 3,000 euros a month. That's 700 euros a week, all within 3 months.
And they had their product picked out. It was affiliate marketing for a crypto fintech card, something called PintoPay.
Right, with a really specific audience, digital nomads, crypto users, international travelers. It sounds like a perfect focus niche on paper. But when you look at the math, the actual math required to hit 700 euros a week, the whole thing just becomes instantly daunting.
What's fascinating here is how quickly the math just exposes this 90-day goal as, well, almost a fantasy. Let's walk through the numbers because this is the real gut check. Okay, so based on their terms, they got a 25% commission. To earn 700 euro a week, they needed about 12,000 in monthly sales.
12,000 a month?
Right. And since the product, this Pinto Pay card, cost about 100 euro for a sign-up, that means they needed 120 sign-ups over the 90 days.
Wait, so 120 signups in 90 days. That's what, 4 attributed signup every single day without fail, starting from 0 followers.
Exactly.
That doesn't sound like working from a beach cabana. That sounds like a full-time, high-pressure sales job.
It is absolutely brutal. And that's just the conversion part. Now think about the reach you need to get that conversion rate with no ad spend. To get 4 organic signups a day, our specialists calculated you need massive, massive traffic.
What are we talking about here? Like, what kind of traffic?
The estimate was 20,000 or more unique, high-intent monthly visitors to your profile. I mean, generating that organically from zero is a Herculean task for an established creator in 3 months. It just shows the massive gap between the goal and reality.
So yeah, that sheer scale shows that something's got to give, and the first instinct, the fatal instinct, is always to try and bridge that gap with volume. So in weeks 1 and 2, that's exactly what the specialists did. They tried to brute force the algorithm. The strategy was just aggressive, high-volume commenting, 50-plus times a day on crypto posts.
And, they were clever about it at first. They weren't just dropping links. They tried to seem thoughtful with these philosophical takes on utility over speculation and stuff like that.
Trying to look like a thought leader who just happens to have a product in their bio.
Precisely. But this is where the whole experiment just runs headfirst into that algorithmic wall. The specialists admitted it quickly became volume over quality. They were just using repetitive themes, posting on things that weren't even that relevant, just to get seen.
Okay, so high volume, repetitive messaging, trying to drive traffic off platform. What was the algorithm's response to that pattern?
Well, first, the results were just poor. Low engagement, very few profile visits. But the real consequence, the killer, came after just 2 or 3 weeks. Twitter spam detection just flagged the account.
Wait, so they weren't using a bot. They were handwriting 50 comments a day and still got flagged. Is the platform punishing the intent more than the method?
That's it, exactly. They weren't flagged as a bot. The label they got was may contain spam or inauthentic behavior. And the result was an immediate, severe shadow ban.
Wow.
This is such a critical point. The spam detection is looking for behavioral patterns. If you're just spamming repetitive themes for volume, the algorithm sees you as a threat to the user experience, period.
And the shadow ban, what did that actually do to their reach?
It killed it. Their replies were just hidden from most users. They could see their own comments, but their target audience couldn't. Their reach went from 50 attempts a day to basically zero.
So 2 weeks of grinding out all those comments just to have the account quarantined and all that effort completely wasted. That's account burnout right there.
It is. And recovery from that is slow. You need weeks of perfect non-promotional behavior, just high-value content, no links, just to get basic visibility back. The system is designed to punish rapid extraction over value creation.
So the quick money playbook led to being invisible. They had to pivot, right? And start acting like a successful creator instead of a marketer. What did they figure out was the difference?
Well, the analysis of accounts that were actually succeeding was a perfect contrast. The reply guys who actually build an audience, they use humor, entertainment, or genuine expertise first. The job of the reply isn't to convert right there. It's just to get a laugh or a nod, anything, to make someone curious enough to click your profile.
Ah, so the reply is an ad for your personality, not for your product. The conversion happens way later in the profile or pinned content after you've built some trust.
Exactly. Which brings us to the golden rule. Quality over quantity. The successful peers were posting, 5 to 10 really great, insightful, or funny replies a day, not 50 mediocre ones. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, the specialists realized their whole priority list was backward. The platform rewards depth, not speed. The focus absolutely has to be build an audience first, monetize second.
Okay, so if 90 days is a fantasy, what's the realistic timeline they came up with?
The realistic timeline is pretty sobering. Our specialists concluded it takes 6 to 12 months just to build an engaged following of around 5,000 people. And the income from that, maybe 500 to 1,000 euros a month.
A fraction of the original goal.
A tiny fraction. The realistic first-year income starting from zero is probably even lower, maybe 200 to 500 a month in the beginning. That initial 700 a week goal was just a massive distortion.
So the foundation of that slower growth has to be real content that people want to see, proving you know your stuff without just dropping links everywhere. This is where they introduced what they call the free task strategy to build trust and personality much faster. And it involved leveraging short-form video.
That's right. The data show that a 15-second video gets way higher engagement than just text. And it lets your personality and expertise come through so much faster, just cuts through the noise.
And what was the example they used?
A simple, perfect one for their niche. A 15-second video titled, "I tested 4 crypto cards, here's the truth in 15 seconds." It's valuable, it's specific, and it's quick.
And how does that video help on a text-first platform like Twitter?
It's all about repurposing. That one 15-second video, that's one piece of high-effort content you can upload natively to Twitter, but also to TikTok, to Reels, to Shorts. You amplify your effort and drive all that traffic back to your Twitter profile as the source of authority.
And you're not triggering spam filters because the content itself is providing real value. It makes you a resource. It builds that authority.
Absolutely. And once you have that authority, you can finally move away from just low-margin affiliate links and toward real, sustainable revenue. The subject outlined a few paths. First, consulting or coaching. Second, sponsored content from brands who want to reach your loyal audience.
And what about community? I feel like people always pay for access.
Exactly. That's the third one. A paid Discord or Telegram for niche tips. And finally, digital products. Courses, templates, guides, all things that leverage deep knowledge.
The lesson here is so clear. Authority is the real asset. You just can't skip the step where you prove you're worth listening to. You have to build the platform before you can build the business on top of it. So let's summarize the ultimate lesson from this whole 90-day experiment. It's really the perfect counter-narrative to all those online gurus. Those viral promises you see, hitting 15K in 3 months, they almost always rely on an existing audience or a big marketing budget. Starting from zero is a different game entirely. And the platform's defenses are smart. Quick money tactics lead straight to punishment, like a shadow ban, which takes risks of perfect behavior just to recover from. It's a road to wasted effort. The final honest assessment from our specialist. That 700 a week goal, it's actually achievable. But the realistic timeline isn't 90 days. It's more like 12 to 18 months of consistent, high-quality work.
Indeed. And that aligns perfectly with what we see across the board. The most successful creators took 1 to 2 years just to monetize in a meaningful way. Patience isn't just a virtue online. It's a core algorithmic requirement, which I think raises an important question for you for anyone listening. Instead of chasing quick signups, what genuine, entertaining, or useful value can you commit to providing for 12 months without expecting a payoff? The platform ultimately rewards that long-term vision. That commitment to value is what allows you to build a real asset. Rapid extraction, on the other hand, it just leads to immediate punishment. And that realization that value must come way, way before extraction. That's the true cost of chasing the quick money dream.